Hey, if you're anything like Sherry and I, you like to go to garden centers and craft stores, maybe even hobby stores, and you see these signs that are available that you can put outside. Now, they could say welcome or friendship or the party starts here. Basically anything you want you can purchase. But what about making one by yourself? And it's really quite easy. The reason that it's easy is because most of it is actually made for you already. Now you can see this one here that I made for myself. It's a welcome sign. And these letters right here are actually wooden letters that you can purchase at a craft store or a hobby store, anywhere that they sell knickknacks like letters like this. Now these are already cut for you. You don't have to do any cutting. And they come in a variety of different sizes and shapes. You can see the letters that I made my welcome sign on are a little different than this letter. You can even purchase them in different fonts like this one. And this one's kind of nice because it's already pre-primed if you are going to paint your welcome sign. So as far as the lettering, it's pretty easy because they're made for you. The hardest part of the whole project, if I would call it hard at all, is basically building this frame. Now the frame is made out of a product that's called brick mold. Now brick mold is usually for the exterior of your home. They put this around your entry door or around your windows, and it's a very nice profile. What I like about it, it's a beefy board. Now it comes pre-primed or also natural wood. I like the pre-primed. It just eliminates that step of priming the bare wood. You don't have to do that. Now as far as constructing the whole frame, the first thing you need to do is you have your letters, you decide what you want it to spell out, and you lay it across your workbench, and then you just measure across. So you want to measure the letters as they're laid out, make sure that you have enough spacing between them, add that to your dimensions, and then you can get your width and your height as far as your frame is concerned. Now to cut the material, all you have to do is come over to either a miter saw, and I set it at a 45-degree angle. This gives me my angled cut here. Now if you don't have a miter saw, don't worry about it. You can use a hand saw or even a back saw to get these mitered cuts. Just make sure, promise me, if you're going to use any type of power tool that you wear your safety goggles and even your ear protection. Now I've cut my frame to size. I've cut all my brick molding as it's laid out here. I have my width and my height here. Oh, that happens in a workshop. It always happens to me. Now these two pieces here are my angled cuts. Now what I want to do to attach these, like so, I want to create some holes that I can use these nifty little buttons. Now these buttons are kind of cool. This is going to be screwed together. These buttons will actually hide the screw hole. And it also gives it some decorative detail. Now to create these little holes here for the button, the first thing you need to do is drill a pilot hole, which I've done here as you can see. And then I'm going to take a really cool little drill bit here that I've already set up on my drill, my cordless drill. This is called a Forstner bit. Now what it is, or a spade bit, what it is just a little bit that'll cut me a hole to this dimension, and that fits perfectly for my little button. As you can see, the dimension is just right. Now I've already started my pilot hole, so I take my Forstner bit to it, and I just start going like this. And you see this piece of tape here? This tape is my guide to tell me how deep I need to cut my hole for my little button. So you just drill it out, clean it up a little bit, flip it over, do the other side, like so. Clean it out, and as you can see, this will actually hide my screw hole, just like that. Now to attach the frame, I'm going to attach my ends here first. I'm going to take a little wood glue. Now this is an exterior wood glue because this is an exterior product. I always take a little board, a little scrap piece of board. Always shut off your glue, make sure it's shut tight. And these little brushes are really slick because instead of just putting a glob of glue on the piece, I can just add some glue to that, just like so. Just brush it on. Make sure you get a nice little thick pattern. Do both ends. And these little brushes actually can be cleaned out if you want to, but they're very inexpensive. You can just throw them away if you'd like. I like to clean them, reuse them over, kind of recycle those out a little bit. Then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to attach it to my lengths, like so, like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an exterior galvanized screw. This is a galvanized screw. It won't rust, so you don't have to worry about it rusting. Grab my other driver here. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. So you just take this, start it through your pilot hole that you already have, like so. You might have to squeeze these a little bit together. The glue will hold it tight. And you just do that, and you tighten it up, and the glue will hold it together, and as you can see, it makes a nice even joint using that 45-degree angle. So you would just go around the perimeter of your frame, and you would tighten those all up, and it would create the frame. Now, as far as finding out how to hang your letters here, as you can see, I use these little hooks, and there's a little eyelet here. Again, just lay down your letters where you want to place them. Just put them in between your frame like so. This piece would be down here, of course. Then you just want to mark where your hooks or your eyelets would be, so you'd set your letters in. I know this is a different size letter, but it gives you an idea. So you'd spell out the word, make sure that you have the gap that you want, mark so you can drill some pilot holes so that you can attach the little hooks and the eyelets to the frame. As you can see here, I did that all the way across. I have all my hooks, and they hang nicely, and I don't mind that they move around a little bit like that, but it's going to be attached to the wall, and so those will lay flat. So you just want to make sure you do all that. Drill pilot holes in the letters. That'll make it a lot easier to put in the eye hooks and the screws. Now, as far as painting these, this is where you can have some fun. I use these foam brushes, and I have just a whole bunch of different paints. Could be paint that is mist tint paint or paint you have laying around your garage. These foam brushes are great because you can brush the paint right on. You don't have to prime these because you kind of want it to look a little more distressed like I did this here. Have fun with the colors. Use your imagination. Use all sorts of different colors. And what I like about these little foam brushes, you can put this in a plastic bag or wrap it with some aluminum foil, and you can use these over and over again. So you would just brush these out, go back over them. You might even add a little highlight paint, and I sometimes even paint when the paint's wet just to create a little bit of texture. And you can see you can highlight these with all sorts of different colors, and just have some fun with this. As you paint them away, they'll start to grow, and it'll start to create some dimension as far as your sign is concerned. Now, if you do want to protect this, you could take a little bit of polyurethane. I like to use a spray paint polyurethane, a spray can polyurethane. Spray the entire project, and that way it's protected against all the elements as if you put it outside on your wall or your front stoop when you walk up to the house. Very simple project, takes no time at all. Of course, we have all of our step outs on the website if you'd like to go to our website. But I think you'll have fun building one of these. Build one for your friends, make it a Christmas present, make it a birthday present. They'll be glad you gave it to them. I guarantee it.
For instructions for today's projects, plus great decorating ideas and do-it-yourself home projects, plus recipes, kids' crafts, sewing projects, and more. Everything for around your house. Visit us on the web at mattandsherry.com. This is Show 210.